Happy New Year, fellow Decepticons. Sound Blaster 1987 here with another animation review mini vlog video. Today, as per the popular result of my community tab poll, I'll be looking back at another childhood favourite of mine, Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons, the 1968 spin-off and possible sequel to Thunderbirds. I've already reviewed Thunderbirds on the channel before, which I'll leave linked in the description below, and I will be reviewing the other Gerry Anderson series like Lavender Castle and Stingray when I get the chance, so keep an eye out for those in future. For those who don't know, Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons is basically a sci-fi action type of series in the same Gerry Anderson Super Marionation puppet animation style, where a government security organisation called Spectrum, who have colour-coded agents, Captain Black, Captain Scarlet, Lieutenant Green, Colonel White, etc., you get the idea, facing an incoming threat from a race of invisible Martians called the Mysterons, who want revenge on humanity when Captain Black accidentally destroyed their city during a space exploration gone wrong. I'll go into more detail on that in a moment. In addition to the colour-coded agents and the medical officer Dr. Thorn being a shade of off-white, in addition to them, there's also the 5 Spectrum Angels, Angel Interceptor, fighter jet pilots, Destiny, Rhapsody, Harmony, Symphony and Melody Angel. Destiny is of French descent and has a French voice, French accent and such, provided by Sylvia Anderson, the wife of Gerry Anderson and co-creator of the entire franchise, who was also the voice of Lady Penelope in the original Thunderbirds series, and a few other female characters throughout the Gerry Anderson multiverse. And some of the, all-female fighter pilots of their Spectrum Angels seem to be dating their colour-coded male Spectrum Agent counterparts. Symphony Angel, for example, seems to be dating Captain Blue at the moment, from what I've seen. So, yes, the main story of the Captain Scarlet series begins with a Zero-X exploration rover on the surface of Mars. For those who don't know, Zero-X was the experimental Mars rover type of thing that was supposed to launch like a traditional aircraft on a runway from a 1967 movie, Thunderbirds Are Go. And there was supposed to be another Zero-X flight that caused this whole Spectrum Mysterons situation, which is known in the series and its tie-in media as a war of nerves, due to the fact that despite multiple active threats and battle strategies, neither side truly scores a victory. So, yes, Captain Black is a Spectrum agent who was leading the Zero-X mission to Mars in 2068, and basically he accidentally mistook a CCTV camera for an attack turret when they approached the Mysteron city. All the Mysterons wanted to do was to introduce themselves to the visiting humans and learn more about each other's races and such, but because of the shape of the camera, Captain Black thought it was a weapon and instinctively fired back instead, destroying the Mysteron city. This is where we first get the first glimpse of the Mysteron's ability to reverse matter, the ability to reconstruct anything that gets destroyed. The Mysterons will later use this to reconstruct people as well, creating Mysteron-controlled duplicates of people that they killed by engineering vehicle accidents and such. These Mysteron-controlled duplicates are also immune to X-ray radiation, so anybody that doesn't have their bones showing through these kinds of scans is an obvious fake. The only way to destroy a Mysteron-controlled duplicate is with 10,000 volts of pure electricity. This is where Spectrum's new secret weapon, the Mysteron gun, comes into effect later on in the series. The main Spectrum agents of the series are Captain Scarlet, Captain Black, Captain Blue, Colonel White and Lieutenant Green. There are a few secondary members like Captain Ochre, Captain Magenta and Captain Indigo will turn up at various points throughout the series as well, as additional background Spectrum agents for security purposes and whatnot. So, the Mysteron's first threat is to assassinate the world president, because apparently by 2068 the entire planet Earth will be ruled by one person. So, yes, Captain Scarlet and Captain Brown have been assigned to protect the world president. The Mysterons influence the environment and cause their Spectrum patrol car vehicle to crash, killing both operatives instantly. Their corpses are then dragged away to a nearby bush where they'll be hidden by their Mysteron-controlled duplicate replications. The Captain Brown duplicate creates a sort of suicide bomb situation out of himself as another assassination attempt gone wrong. Then the Mysteron-controlled Captain Scarlet duplicate plays the long game, kidnapping the President to the top of an 800-foot car parking tower in London called the London Car-Vue. Captain Blue manages to accidentally deprogram Captain Scarlet's Mysteron influence by shooting him down and making him fall off that tower. And when he ended up falling off the tower, he ended up unconscious for a while, but when he awoke, he was basically a normal Spectrum agent again, with the exception of being almost indestructible due to his Mysteron-controlled physiology and whatnot. His indestructible nature now makes him a perfect secret weapon against the Mysterons. And also, Captain Black has returned to Earth as a sort of zombie-like ally of the Mysterons, a fugitive former agent of Spectrum who now relays instructions from the Mysterons to their duplicate operatives elsewhere, including Captain Scarlet in the first episode during his brief moment under Mysteron control. As I've said before, this series has a lot of similar things to the original 1965 Thunderbirds series, including sharing some of the voice actors. And obviously the supermarionation, puppet, martial arts, stop motion style animation and whatnot, and the way the environments and vehicle, miniature models and such work. I'll not go into too much detail about the actual vehicles and such for Spectrum use, because you can do your own research on that one. But basically there's a red speedster vehicle called the Spectrum Pursuit Car, or a Spectrum Patrol Car rather, which takes cues from Alan Tracy's race car from the Moving Your Dead episode of Thunderbirds. Then there's the armoured Spectrum Pursuit Vehicle, which is hidden in various Spectrum security checkpoints all around the world, hidden in various places. Then there's various Spectrum aircraft and helicopters and such. But the main vehicle is their flying headquarters, their sort of mobile aircraft carrier type thing, Cloud Base, which was called Skybase in the 2005 reboot series, which I'll cover in another video down the line. The Jerry Anderson official YouTube channel has a video series called Century 21 Tech Talk, which goes over the technical specifications of various Jerry Anderson vehicles, which is produced by both Brains and Jeff Tracy from Thunderbirds, as well as a few other people. But these Century 21 Tech Talk briefings seem to indicate that Thunderbirds, Stingray, Captain Scarlet, UFO, and the Fireball XL1 Alpha series, or whatever it was called, all appear to be in the same shared universe, because they all seem to know each other and interact with each other in one way or another. For example, the Thunderbird 4 original prototype was apparently supposed to be a Stingray series vehicle called the Silver Fin that got basically repurposed by International Rescue. And the organisation World Aquanaut Security Patrol, who are the main government faction from the Stingray series, they're apparently the ones responsible for training Gordon Tracy to pilot Thunderbird 4 as an Aquanaut in the first place. I'll cover Stingray in another series down the line. But, basically, in the 1990s there was a toy gun you could get that was kind of similar to the radar guns that American police officers used to gauge the speed of passing vehicles. But it was supposed to be like a projector that cast these sort of hollow green overlapping rings over your other Captain Scarlet toys, because these hollow green rings were the way that the Mysteron's influence over accident scenes were shown in the series. And also, the start of every episode begins with the Mysterons providing their threat for the week, using their same standard, echoey, booming, threatening voice. It always begins with the phrase, "This is the voice of the Mysterons. We know that you can hear us, Earthman," and so on and so forth. So, that more or less concludes my review of the Captain Scarlet series. I'll cover the 2005 reboot, Jerry Anderson's new Captain Scarlet, in a separate video, because I need to do more research on that one first. But basically it's a primitive form of CGI similar to the 2006 reboot of Biker Mice from Mars and other such series from around the same time period. And they changed up a few things like making Lieutenant Green a woman and that kind of thing. So, with that said, I've been Sandblaster1987, thanks again for watching. My next animation review will be the 2001 Buzz Lightyear A Star Command series to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Toy Story franchise this year. Till then, my next toy review will be Transformers Studio Series 86 Blaster and Eject. Till then, SIG.